Okay, this was a very difficult list and it was very difficult to choose the position, but I was able to do it. So WWE Superstar, the greatest superstar of all time. Unlike the greatest wrestling match ever, Randy Orton vs Edge, which was not, because it's impossible to have the greatest wrestling match ever. There's too many matches, but this one is possible, but it may not also be true. To be a great WWE superstar, you need two things: a good gimmick, and Vince McMahon must like you. In this video, the wrestler that is going to be in this list have incredible promos and in-ring skill, just like all other wrestlers in this planet. But the difference is that they are more popular, so I think I should do some honorable mention, but it is going to take some time, so let's start. Edge, Eddie Guerrero, Seth Rollins, Adam Cole, Rey Mysterio.
2,000 years later.
Chris Benoit, Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho. Damn, that was long. Let's start right now. Okay, here's number 10. Randy Orton, a third-generation superstar, as Randy Orton is now calling himself the greatest wrestler ever after he won his greatest wrestling match ever against Edge. Randy Orton is a 13-time world champion, winning his first world title at the age of 22. His first title he won in the WWE was the Intercontinental Championship. Randy got lucky in the WWE by joining the group Evolution with Triple H, Batista, and Ric Flair, Rated R RKO with Edge, and later forming his own group with Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, and forming the group Legacy. Orton, a two-time Royal Rumble winner, former United States champion, Randy Orton is very good in the ring and his skill promo are also great, and according to Rusev, the most handsome superstar in the WWE right now. Number 9. John Cena, the 16-time world champion. Actually, John Cena is the favorite to break Ric Flair's record, but we all know that it's going to be Charlotte Flair who's going to break that record. John Cena, since 2002 when he debuted in the WWE, he had the talent and the promo skill, but unfortunately he had no gimmick. But thanks to John freestyling in the WWE bus and Stephanie McMahon hiring him and gave John Cena the ideas of making that his gimmick, when you realize that this is how the basic ergonomics was born, it makes you wonder how many John Cena did WWE lost. But John won everything in the WWE except the Intercontinental Championship. But to be honest, I don't really know whether John will ever win that title. But as you know, John won the Royal Rumble only one time in his career. But something's sure, before he retires in the WWE, he would have already won the Royal Rumble again. John will retire as a two-time Royal Rumble winner, and even though he is more in Hollywood than WWE right now, he still remains one of the best in the business. Number 8. AJ Styles. The phenomenal AJ Styles, before coming into the WWE, he made a name for himself back in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in TNA. Styles was already known around the world. He is just like John Cena, but the difference is he didn't go to Hollywood, and in my opinion, AJ Styles is better than John Cena. Yes, I said that. AJ is a two-time WWE champion, former United States champion, Intercontinental champion, and unfortunately not yet the tag team champion. It has already been 4 years since AJ entered in the WWE, and he is one of the best right now in the WWE. He is, maybe, I say maybe because I don't really believe that The Undertaker is done with the WWE, but right now it seems like AJ is the last person who fought The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I like it because AJ is amazing. Unfortunately, a dream match that everybody wanted to see, but it will never happen, is AJ Styles vs Shawn Michaels. And yes, another thing, AJ believes that the earth is flat. 7. Brock Lesnar. Okay, Brock doesn't perform every week, but when he does, everybody has to watch. Brock is the reason why WWE rating was good, because every time he was advertised for Raw rating was high, and in the ring, he is incredible, violent, and amazing. Watching him jump and suplex people and delivering F5 on Superstar is amazing. When you realize that back at the time Lesnar was fighting every week on SmackDown, Brock won the WWE title multiple times in the WWE and a former UFC champion, and that guy is the best. Won the 2019 Money in the Bank ladder match, and according to Paige, Brock is the nicest person in the back. You can always talk to him and ask him advice, and a lot of wrestlers have said this about Brock Lesnar, that he's a very nice person in the back. Number 6. Roman Reigns. Okay, a lot of people might be pissed off watching this video and maybe be like, okay, this guy put Brock 7, John 8, but Roman 6. A lot of people might say that Roman is overrated, but as much as people hate Roman, we can't deny the fact that Roman Reigns is the top star right now in the WWE. Former WWE champion, United States champion, and former tag team champion with Seth Rollins, and not yet the Intercontinental champion, but maybe in the future. Okay, there is one thing that everybody has to agree, is that Roman Reigns maybe has been invented WrestleMania WrestleMania a little too much, but he is one of the best wrestlers right now in the WWE. Number 5. Triple H. Okay, when he first debuted in the WWE after leaving WCW, his gimmick in the WWE was pretty cool, but it wasn't the game. Triple H was able to get to the top thanks to Shawn Michaels because Triple H had won the King of the Ring, but because of the curtain call, Triple H was losing every week. But thanks to Shawn taking Triple H to form DX and Triple H promo where he said he was the game, he was able to get to the top and become one of the best heel of the business. A 14-time world champion, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, former Intercontinental Champion, he is one of the person who introduced Sable and China into the WWE. He is the one of the greatest of all time. Number 4. Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest of all time. He competed in the first ever ladder match with Razor Ramon, former WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and former Tag Team Champion. Created DX with Triple H, forgot that match at Saudi Arabia. Shawn retired at WrestleMania 26 in one of the greatest wrestling match ever against The Undertaker in the best way possible. The story was perfect and amazing. Mr. WrestleMania, who, fun fact, have more losses than wins at WrestleMania, but is one of the best wrestlers to ever competed in the WWE. That rivalry with Triple H back in the year 2002 was amazing, and Shawn Michaels is also one of the reasons why WWE defeated WCW. The 3. The Undertaker, the Phenom, the Prince of Darkness, the man that retired Shawn Michaels. And that documentary, The Last Ride, was amazing to watch because we got to know not only The Undertaker but the man behind it, Mark Gallio, former WWE Champion, former Tag Team Champion. Not only he's a great wrestler, but he is one of the greatest characters ever in pro wrestling history. The best gimmick in the wrestling industry. Even though the match at Saudi Arabia he had, like Brothers of Destruction versus DX, him versus Goldberg, was very bad, and I mean very bad, he is still one of the greatest superstars to ever step foot inside a WWE ring. And the thing I like about him, he was always there with WWE and one of the most loyal person in the WWE. He was always there for Vince McMahon. The 2. The Rock. Right now, The Rock is Mr. Hollywood and he rarely appears on WWE today, but we can't deny the success he had in the Attitude Era. When The Rock character first debuted in the WWE, he was horrible. His name was Rocky Maivia and he was a true 100% babyface, but thankfully they made him turn heel and he joined the Nation of Domination where he was able to stand out and change his name to The Rock. He was very talented in the ring and he was able to develop a persona that really helped him, and also his catchphrase was just perfect and amazing. The Rock had some best catchphrases in the WWE. Former WWE Champion, main evented WrestleMania multiple times. His first title win in the WWE was the Intercontinental Championship, something that is sure he is a true superstar and he is indeed the great one. And if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Last one. Here's number 1. Stone Cold Steve Austin. When you realize that he was the main reason why WWE defeated WCW in the Monday Night Wars, and the fact that he comes from WCW. In WCW, he was stunning Steve Austin, but the creative team never saw him as a main eventer, so he left to ECW, where he found his way in the WWE. But in the WWE, he debuted as the Ringmaster, but we can clearly see that this gimmick was horrible on him, and then his wife gave him the idea of calling himself Stone Cold Steve Austin, where eventually, thanks for his new character, he was able to stand out. Steve is a former WWE champion. The first title that he won in the WWE was the $1 Million Championship. Stone Cold will always be the greatest of all time, no matter what. Give me a hell yeah, guys. Austin 316 will always be the best, and that's the bottom line, because, well, you know why. The greatest thing he ever done in the WWE was his rivalry with Vince McMahon that really helped him to stand out. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe for more WWE content, to like, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. And thank you very much for watching.